So you heard Poles talking about quarterbacks. Let's hear somebody else talking about quarterbacks, because it's that time of year where people are going to stake out their territory, say everybody thinks this. Popular wisdom says this, but I, Dan Orlovsky of ESPN, think otherwise.
I thought that Caleb Williams was a lock at number 1 because I thought Drake May would be the guy. I was wrong in that. Jayden Daniels should be the guy. If I were the Chicago Bears right now, I would take Jayden Daniels out of LSU. That is not a knock on Caleb Williams. That is a plus. And Jayden Daniels. I think, number 1, when you watch all these guys play, the best thrower, the best guy against man coverage, ball placement-wise, is Jayden Daniels. Number 2, when we're talking about explosive play, like guys who have to throw the ball downfield, what does it look like? Jayden Daniels throws the ball best downfield. And then number 3, who's got the best pocket piece? When I say piece, it's P-E-A-C-E. All these guys are athletic. It's no longer like this plus. Every one of these guys has that attribute. The patience and the peace within the pocket, he's the best at. Candidly, I think when it comes to what guy had the best game, none of these guys' games compared to Jayden Daniels against Florida. If you just watch that player versus the University of Florida, you would go, that's the best player in college football, and he's going to be the guy that transfers the best into the NFL. Caleb Williams is fantastic. I think Jayden Daniels is better.
Okay, so this, I like Dan a lot. I think that he's usually very measured in his conversations about quarterbacks, but I just want to get back to something. First of all, one slight correction. Drake May is not athletic. That is one of the things that people have been saying about him on the record and off. Two, I thought the whole thing was Caleb is so special. That's why you feel emboldened to move on from Fields.
That was the whole point, was you would otherwise not, but you cannot miss this opportunity.
Miss this specific guy. And you know, I like Daniels better than Williams. But I'm telling you, let them make that pick. See what happens.
If you're at number 1, you can't not take Caleb Williams. You got to move off the pick if you're not taking him.
And here's the thing about that. As I joke about that, I do want the Bears. This is why I asked Wiederer about this. I want the Bears to make sure that they do all of their homework and that they don't just fall in love and just say, screw it, like this is the guy that we're, and then miss the opportunity. Whenever we've had this conversation, the conversation was, well, look, the rest of these guys in the draft are fine. They're probably all going to be good pros. But this guy is so special that you have to take him.
We're getting mission drift is what we're getting. It's classic mission drift. Don't lose sight of what the mission was. Going even like as far as a calendar year ago, whatever you have to do to get this guy.
But okay, but I know I'm contradicting myself because that should be looked at as a positive.
I'm not saying it isn't.
Okay.
The cleanest prospect, Andrew Luck, Carson Palmer, John Elway.
Patrick Mahomes.
This guy. You said that, I didn't.
I never said it. Other people have.
And now,
including the man himself, Caleb.
And now it's like you've done all this, all the machinations, all the calculations, all of the losing on purpose, and all of the fleecing your opponents to be here. And now you're telling me, wait, what? That wasn't true? Or he got worse? Really?
I'm just a little confused at what's happening. I thought all the stuff that's happening was happening because this prospect was so above and beyond. Like, that's the funny part to me. He's not only supposed to be above and beyond his peers, he's supposed to be above and beyond current quarterbacks in the NFL.
And had better be. If you're in your contending window and you're ready to hand him the keys to your team opening game this year.
if I'm putting some of the stuff together, like some of the analysis, which is what we're talking about here all the time, I agree with what Merrill Hodge was saying about the amount of time that Caleb Williams had to throw the ball and what does he look like with a dirty pocket. I agree with Orlovsky. I think Jayden Daniels throws the ball better. But I'm a Jayden Daniels guy. Like I've liked Jayden Daniels since he came out of high school. The thing about it is Caleb makes better decisions when he does run than Jayden Daniels does. Because of how, like, Jayden Daniels does the thing that I hate the most when people run. He will try to jump over someone in the middle of the field. And he got plastered doing that twice last season.
Never do that if you're a quarterback.
Ever. You're not supposed to do that.
Unless you're Cam Newton.
Unless you're at the goal line. You want to try and make a play at the goal line, I'm here for it. You're the 40? What are you doing? Get out. Especially when you're built like he's built. Where it feels like if he gets hit, he's going to disintegrate into a pile of dust. So I do think that what I wanted, Dan, and I guess we're here now. I wanted all of this before. I wanted Drake May really throws the ball well. Well, Jayden Daniels is also dual threat, and he happens to be 6'5.5".
Before we made all the binary presumptions.
Yes! Why wasn't this done before? Where were all these people? I was out here in the wilderness. Where were they at?
They started studying more.
But he was playing every week. And it was like, well, don't watch this bad game of Caleb Williams. Well, why not? Well, he won the Heisman the year before. I get that.
But it wasn't even in the conversation this year.
This is this year, though. Well, go look at his 2022 tape. I have. And it's unbelievable. Now talk to me about 2023.
A lot of the tape in 2023 is also unbelievable.
I agree. There's some stuff on there that you go, oh my God, how did he do that?
Even the stuff that's not like the freakish breaking the pocket, making incredible throws stuff. There's a lot of really good in there too.
Why, when we were talking about this, why was it there's Caleb and then there's everyone else?
Well, for what
now it's there's Caleb, but maybe
I think that we've seen and heard a few people come out and say, well, it's a little closer. Most of the people that I see are still it's Caleb, tier break, Drake May, Jayden Daniels, tier break.
And I think now it's Jayden Daniels, Drake May.
Yes, in reverse that order because I'm with you on. I think I would take Jayden Daniels over Drake.
And
May.
then there are the people who are like, but watch that J.J. McCarthy. I did watch him.
He played with 10 pros.
Well, and Jayden Daniels' wide receivers are NFL.
And he had a ton of time to throw.
Yeah.
And doesn't throw over the middle.
I would just like for this. I'd like for this to never be a problem for the Bears again, which is asking a lot. But if it is, I would like for people to, bring up these very valid criticisms before so that people didn't they got to have Caleb or anything else.
This is the draft that changes a franchise. Whatever they do, if they can secure the first pick in this draft, this is it. Well, now it's not to take that guy?
Where were all these people? Were they locked in a cave? Were we not listening to them?
Was Dan Orlovsky always standing on the tallest mountain shouting this?
No.
The way he started it was, I thought Caleb Williams was the no doubt number one.
Right. What changed your mind?
Because he said that Jayden Daniels is a better passer.
Look, the truth is that it's probably Caleb is more special than the rest of these guys. And we'll find our way back around to it over the next 5 weeks. I just don't understand how it's so predictable. This is where I get mad at the whole concept of the generational talent thing. It's so predictable that, oh, so you guys are just going to ignore the Heisman Trophy winner that's got NFL measurables. And it's like he's now been discovered. Have you guys seen this Jayden Daniels guy? Apparently, he won the Heisman Trophy last year.
Isn't it like it's weird that this didn't happen more when Trevor Lawrence was coming out? There wasn't as much talk as there should have been about Justin Fields in that draft. Trevor Lawrence is no doubt number one.
I have some theories about that.
Oh, yeah.
Who are you going to take number 2? Well, I saw this guy, and he did this thing where he was throwing routes on air, and he reversed out. I saw Justin Fields do that in a game.
I saw Justin Fields eviscerate the number 1 team in the country by himself with broken ribs.
Yes, that's the game that I'm talking about. I saw other quarterbacks in that draft do that particular move in games, but no. It was in a workout. He's sneaky athletic.
So he's white.
Exactly.
Ah, yes.
You've cracked the code.
Aha! I got you. I know what you're describing in your sneaky athleticism, and I bet he wears black or white shoes that make him look faster or slower.
And he plays for the Bulls now.
He's owner of Bitim.
Watch.
We still haven't heard from him.
We could. Instead of me going off of why draft analysts don't talk about these things, while they're watching college football.
And they say, whoa, I just figured something out. Everybody thinks this. I'm now the guy who thinks this. Why didn't you think it before? I don't know.
I didn't know who Jayden Daniels was.
I just didn't.
You mean to tell me that there's a 6'5" quarterback in North Carolina that's got a rocket for an arm? Really? I'm going to have to investigate. He was playing the whole time. The games were happening.
Televised some of them even.
Almost all of them on your network.
Yep.
Okay. And just so we're clear, my frustration is not with Caleb. My frustration is these people, you people, have told me for a year and a half that dude is the dude. And now he's not the dude.
It's going to be hilarious. This is going to be hilarious when they take Drake May after all this.
R.I.P. Parkins is mentioned.
or if they take Caleb Williams and he sucks.
Man.
Like these are the things with my experience with the Bears. I'm just waiting for one of those outcomes. They got it. They got Caleb Williams any good? No, he's terrible.
Oh, well, that's another thing. There's another part of this. Oh, well, you're taking Caleb Williams because he's a freak and your team is ready to compete right now. And then we read Wiederer today, and it's like, well, he's gonna have some bumps as a wait a damn minute. I was told that I don't have to worry about that. What the hell, man?
Just wait. It's gonna get sillier. With every day that passes, that's the only thing I can predict for sure.
The Bears have to make this move because they're so close defensively that you don't want it to be ruined with inconsistent play at quarterback. Rookies are almost always inconsistent.
Not this one.
Not this one.
Which one? Well, he's not the best passer in the draft, though.
4 weeks later, he might have some problems adjusting to the NFL. Really? You don't say. And what tells you that? A mountain of history tells us that that's the case. But back in December, I was told that there wasn't going to be a problem. That this was the right move, and damn it, make it. So make it. Pick the best quarterback. It doesn't matter what anyone said. What? You know I'm right. You know that I'm right.
It's just here's the thing though. I also know it's going to get sillier. This is just the beginning of this. This is just the beginning of because this always happens. It's very similar to my rule with deciding who you think is going to win the Super Bowl the moment you know who the competitors are, because in the 2 weeks that intervene, things get really silly.
Yes,
That's what's happening now.
Dan,
and even more so.
People were yelling at me for asking these questions, and then now everyone's asking these questions. And it's totally fine. Yell at them.